you did for the last 6 years, and I told you, I'll solve it for you, man. I'm not talking about the bridge. I will solve that for you, I hope. But I'm talking about
IPFS solves half this shit anyway, by the way.
Yeah, it does. I love the IPFS guys. And you know who's better than IPFS, by the way? It's Made Safe. I don't know if you've heard of those guys.
Yeah, they've been around for a little while, buddy. Weren't
Yep.
they the second ICO in history?
2006, actually, before Bitcoin.
I think they were right after Mastercoin.
Look at this.
Mastercoin and then Made Safe.
So by the way, they are a pioneer, just like you. When Uniswap came out, you were one of the first tokens on Uniswap. Hex was one of the first tokens on Uniswap. And these guys are predate Bitcoin, my friend. They started in 2006, okay? And they simply did an ICO in 2013. So yeah, Mastercoin. Before Ethereum, there were these guys. So yeah, I know these guys.
I know.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, so was I. I love this stuff. Dude, so it's as if I was trying to lecture you about Hex, okay?
But why would you think that these guys are better than IPFS? You can't get better.
Oh, I can get into the reason.
You're hashing the content, and then people can fucking find it and store it. Like, what do you want?
Because it's autonomous, and you don't know who's hosting it, so you can't take it down. It's like Freenet.
Yeah, but that's the same as IPFS. Oh, well, okay. So you're saying it has a built-in Tor kind of router in it?
You don't know. Yes, you don't know the IP addresses that you can DDoS easily, right, and take things down.
Okay, well then you need to add a Tor layer to IPFS.
Yeah,
cool.
Tor doesn't exactly.
It's all open source.
No, Tor is when you have one website and they find you. And look at Silk Road; they found the guy. Look, Tor is not.
You know how they found the guy?
Doesn't matter.
The
Tor
guy used his email address to promote the thing.
Sure, but Tor
his fucking personal email address with his name in it.
Do you think that? Okay, are you willing to host some kind of really bad website?
Nope.
On Tor?
I'm not going to host an exit node. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm not getting any weird letters.
So, dude. So when the rubber meets the road, you agree with me. Tor.
No, but this shit still works though. You can still. Somebody's doing it.
Yeah, if the adversary is not a state actor, sure. Yeah, it works. If your next door neighbor's not going to know who you are, great.
No, but I mean, even against state actors, Tor is held up pretty well. They just have to detect when they're honeypotting it with a bunch of their own fake exit nodes.
Also, they don't tell you. They're not going to tell you. Why would they give it away?
No, but you catch it in the indictments. You catch it in the indictments.
NSA is not going to give away the whole game. It takes a Snowden or someone.
NSA is not your threat model.
Well, they help. The Five Eyes, the Australia, they will spy on you.
Yeah, they don't want to blow their exploit on a small dude like you.
Exactly, bro.
They can save it for some evil motherfucker.
But the point is they have the means, okay? And again, Made Safe is something they don't have the means to do because Made Safe is no one's behind it. It's decentralized. There's no Tor node that's hosting somewhere. There is no host. It's literally you can have as many seeds as you want. It's the BitTorrent of the world. You like BitTorrent?
I'm going to take Tor over Made Safe because it's been attacked more. I would feel the Tor.
That's a good argument. Uniswap's been battle tested. Like there are things legitimately that's a good argument for. But let's go back to what we're saying because I'm going to give you like, I don't know, 10 examples of like the largest things in the world that are open source. Okay, let me start with this. Wikipedia. Okay, we've talked about WordPress. We've talked about Linux that powers pretty much everything, including your Android. Everything's based on.
I think Wikipedia is wildly successful.
Okay, let me ask you this question. When was the last time you used Expedia or Britannica?
Never.
Remember Britannica? That was the best.
20 years ago.
But what about Britannica?
Yeah, I remember it.
Remember?
They killed it.
So hold on a second.
Wikipedia killed it.
So wait a second. So the shining example of capitalism sold door to door Britannica, right? Got killed by an open source freaking site that anyone can edit. Really?
Yep.
Yep. So wait a second. So I'm right. So open source does take over.
In almost on a counted on one hand number of places, open source is one. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. So let's count on one hand the entire web. Okay. WordPress. Okay.
If by the entire web you mean HTTP and Apache.
Yes. Open protocols. That's how the. Okay, do you know what the alternative to the? You know what?
You could say email did very well. That's
yes.
Open, kind of.
Now you're getting it. Of course, email killed. Email killed.
Email's not. Here's the thing. Email's not really open though. Try and run your own email server and watch your shit not get delivered.
Right. It's a first generation.
And then you have to suck middleman D to get delivery.
No, there is things that
you buy a server and your IP is already pre-blacklisted. You're like, hey, you sold me a server pre-blacklisted. I can't fucking email anyone.
Look, Google has everyone's email at this point because if you're the sender and you don't have Google, guess what? The recipient does.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I read that thread.
Yeah. So
I
here's
read
the
that
thing, man.
Hacker News thread. I tweeted it.
Good.
I already tweeted that shit.
It's not about you. It's not about me. I'm talking about the substance, right? The
No,
substance
but
is
I don't want you to fall into the trap that I feel that you're going to fall into. You're a smart technologist guy that wants to make the world better, and so you
thank
think
you.
the answer is technology. But guess what?
Sometimes
It's
it's a
not.
big part
We
of the
already
answer.
have the technology we need, just no one's fucking using it. You just listed an ICO from 2013. You just said it was good. No one
No,
knows
that's
about that
different.
shit.
I'm not
The
saying that
technology no, I'm saying the technology exists. We have a problem with discovery. We don't have a problem with technology.
I agree
You can
with
make
you.
a goddamn
Hold up.
WordPress site.
No, but this is what I'm saying. We do have a problem with technology, but the web server you probably use, which is, for example, Nginx, okay, took 10 years for a guy in Russia, Igor Sosoyev, who worked for a for-profit corporation, Rambler. He decided to make this thing, give it away. It took 10 years for him to make a commercial company. By that time, the web server took over, okay? So MySQL took 7 years for the Swedish guys, okay, before they sold Oracle. So
basically, MySQL got killed by Postgres, and I think
open source
Nginx might have
doesn't
even been
matter.
replaced as well.
They're both open source. I mean, you're arguing one open source takes over for another open source. My point is this: if you let the thing run long enough, everything we're using from the back end software to the front end software, literally everything, except for the desktop computer, your phone, the very things that you talk about is closest to the user that makes the most money. You're right. There's a big.
I mean, you
incentive
could try and argue that Android's open source, but I'm not really sure it is.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm saying it's based on Linux, which is open source. We agree on that. Here's what I'm trying to say. Okay. The information.
I'm not anti-open source. I'm just telling you that you need more promotion of using it and less fucking actually making a new thing. You'd be better off.
I love that I agree with you. We should promote open source more, but open source has to actually not suck. We agree on everything. You're just coming
at
for
web serving. It doesn't suck.
Not only for web serving, I am saying literally just hear me out for 10 seconds without interrupting. No, 10 seconds. Okay. Science is open source, gives it away. Wikipedia is open source, gives it away. WordPress is open source. Linux is open source. Your web servers are open source. Literally everything that the voice over IP protocols are open source. Ethereum is open source. Bitcoin is open source. Literally everything that's decentralized, BitTorrent, everything that has helped the world and didn't restrict people from using it, like IP, like patents, like indeed AOL. You've got mail, except you can't build Facebook on top of AOL. Google, Facebook, Amazon would never exist if not for the permissionless open web, because they could run a web server, they could start a company. You can't start a company when instead of Mark Zuckerberg, you got, who is it, Steve Case? You've got mail. Sure, but you know what, Facebook, we're going to deplatform you because we could build our own social network on top. And they did. So yeah, keyword Facebook is not my thing.
You know, science is actually closed source because of publishing.
Science is closed source.
They're trying to fix that.